It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Washington Wizards. Well, for Washington, they were swept by this team last season, losing all 3 games they played against them. So they'll be motivated tonight. For a few seasons now, we've seen the Raptors find a lot of success in the regular season, but they really have trouble making a postseason run. Why is that, Jet?
Well, they rely a lot on their perimeter players, and that could be dangerous because sometimes, perimeter shots can be off. And then they really don't have a defensive stopper, Ernie.
We all know they play the up-tempo game, Ernie, but when it slows down in the postseason, it's harder for them to adjust. Until they learn how to adjust, they're always going to lose in the first or second round.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan. Tip off.
We're in the place they call the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario, the home of the Raptors, where we're broadcasting live. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Raptors. A great start. The season for them, playing very well so far.
And I think for Toronto, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
Looks that way to me. This is a team that appears perfectly primed for a deep run into the postseason, as long as they don't suffer any unforeseen injuries or setbacks.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Beasley out there with Gortat, and it's Kennedy in at the 3. Washington with the ball, defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. There's Freak, and that one's drained from the low block. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Freak. DeRozan with it. He's picked up by Wall. Here's Freak. Back to DeRozan. Down low. Here's Valanciunas. The 9-footers on the mark. Valanciunas has got his first points of the night.
Good ball movement. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And stolen by Freak. And here we go. DeRozan's shot is good.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. Those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Patterson, the screen, pulls from the top of the key. The offensive rebound. Ross kicks to Patterson. He feeds it to Freak. This one for 3, and it's good. Freak's got 5 points so far.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Not even a little bit. Oh, Lord. Know yourself, know your work.
Wall. Here we go now. Down it goes for his third basket in his many tries.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Oh, Lord. I'm the rookie in the vet. Shout out to the...
Here's Freak, covered by Wall.
All up in my phone looking at
shot
pictures
on the
from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keeps scrolling to
and
the
it's out of
left, dog.
bounds.
She
The
gon' see
Wizards will
some
take it
she
the
don't
other way.
wanna see. She ain't ready
And
for
we have a
it.
moment
If
to
I
take
ain't
a
the
look at the
greatest, then
best
I'm headed for
three-point shooting
it.
teams in the
that mean the way
NBA.
up.
Number 1, the Raptors.
Yeah, the 6 ain't friendly, but it's
Unlike
where
some
I
of the
live.
other team statistics, there are a few key guys who have helped get them to the top of the leaderboard more than other teams. This is an outstanding three-point shooting team. They take advantage of their strength by getting good looks from behind the arc.
Boy, OVO, man, we really with what? Yeah.
Now here's Freak,
Really
guarded closer.
I should probably sign a head
Lays
boy,
it
cause
up,
I
and
got all the
despite
hits,
of the
boy.
excellent defense at
All
that,
that drink, you got a chip.
Freak's got his third
I be
basket of
on
the
my
night
little
right there.
mouse drip. All that rap to pay your bills.
And stolen by
Yeah,
Freak.
I'm on some
And
rappers
here
pay
we go,
my bills.
Freak.
All the moves me, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying
Doors open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Bianco was checked in for the
got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it. We can go for it.
Wizards trail by 5. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Otto Porter Jr. Gortat is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot. Wall's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Wizards.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whoever he's facing.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal basketball. He dropped in 32 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. He seemed to be everywhere on the floor the entire time and really was the star of the show, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. We played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Now here's Freak. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland. Just 2 to shoot. Fires from the way.
The other night,
Rebound,
told me that I'm all these people listen to.
Not there from a rhythm
She said they love me
standpoint right now. It's really a
Imagine how I feel to watch you love it.
If they could hit every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
And that one's good. Freak.
Me, I was trying to find out where I lost him at,
and
but maybe I ain't losing at all. Maybe
quarter.
I keep moving forward and they're just stagnant, they ain't moving at all. But when they need their favor, who do they call?
Wall
maybe I'm searching for the problems, asking what was
Shoot
said
from the right block. The Wizards with another miss.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't
These
fall.
days feel like
it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single
just
time,
wasn't thinking
Greg.
big enough. I'm about to leave him with him.
Now here's Freak.
If I run the game,
He's got 11.
It seems to
And
split it.
DeRozan
No
kicks
pun
to
intended, but he's
Valanciunas.
smelling the feet in the air.
Nice spin off the
Headed where
left
nobody
rim
took it, who needed me there?
Valanciunas
They
has got
telling
his
that he
second
talking
bucket of the
crazy,
game to
but he
go.
doesn't care.
They should
Being
continue
humble
to
don't
get the
work as
ball
well as
inside.
being
The
aware.
defense struggling
Listen
to
up, boy, you
contain
better
it.
off
And when you
ease
make 5
dropping.
in a row and
We
close
already
like
got
that,
spring
it also takes
2015
pressure
popping.
off your perimeter
P&D
guys,
dropping,
too.
reps up,
Another
keep dropping,
miss by
Magic
Gortat.
Jordan
Yeah,
dropping,
good
Obi
tough
dropping,
D
not to
there
mention
to get
me
a hand
dropping.
up and
Feel like we
force
paid the
that
refs
miss.
off, man. We
That's
fixed the game.
example number
Me and
1
Noel
of
been
why
at
he
it
is
before
such a
Twitter
strong
names.
defensive player and
Been
why
on
he
the
has
move
such a
like
great
the lease is
defensive
up.
reputation.
And I can't even
Nice
name one
bucket
person
there.
that's
I mean,
keeping
they
up.
are playing
How
really,
was in the
really
past
smart
tense.
basketball.
Ask yourself, how do we match up now? Because I'm only 27 and I'm only getting better. If I had a
sort of
passion, yeah,
surprising
watch
he
me
goes
catch
for a
up now.
slam
For real.
that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what,
Agreed.
guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into this.
And he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And, you know, going back to him being one of the top dime droppers in the league, it's his ability to control the pace of the game and his peripheral vision.
There's Freak. And the 3 off target.
He's not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. Freak, number 1.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
That free throw, good from Dellavedova. And both free throws good for Dellavedova.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Lowry kicks to Freak, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Toronto, 3rd best record here in the early goings. And, of course, the Wizards, 3.5 down.
And I think for Toronto, I think they've lived up to their billing this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
Well, they can't afford to. I mean, this is a time of year when you've got to take your game up a notch. As good as they've been throughout the regular season, they've got to get better going forward.
Poked away, hit his leg, and the ref saying he kicked it. And some changes here for the Raptors. Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Ross comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Joseph, the pass to Freak.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Freak. He has 14 points and 4 steals. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there.
Truly, they have no answer for him at all.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
He shoots again. No good. Wall with some nice D.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And the pass to Kennedy from deep. And again, Washington, no good. And Joseph kicks to Freak. Over to the wing. Puts it up. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Freak's got 9 points now in the quarter. Wall dishes to Beal. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and the jam by Ross.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly, and you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
43 seconds left to play here in the half. Freak passes to Patterson. Beal with the steal.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through.
And again, no good by Toronto.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from John Wall.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Here's Freak. No good on the buzzer beater. In the first half.
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
I like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. Glove or maybe a net was the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defense.
Cross playing the 3. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Freak in at the point guard. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. No good from outside.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy.
Ball, that's good.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Toronto's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Screened by Valanciunas. Freak. Offline with his 3.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. It makes it look fun and easy.
There's a minute 40 left in the third quarter. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against Cleveland.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically. The entire game.
And both free throws good for Dellavedova. Here's Freak. 18 points for him. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
A minute 20 left to play in the third. 14 feet away. Rebound by Dellavedova.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
To the paint, here's Morris. No good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Freak with it. Dishes it to Powell. Here's Valanciunas. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Valanciunas has got 8. Wizards leading by 3. And stolen by Freak. One-on-one here. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Screened by Valanciunas. Clock at 6. Here's Freak. And that misses. That would have put him up. And Beal kicks to Dellavedova. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Wizards have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Freak. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Wizards out front. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Taking a look at the Wizards. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Beasley out there with Gortat. And it's Kennedy in at the 3 slot. Wizards shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. And that one is good by Beasley.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Releases. Nice D from Wall. The Wizards with the lead. Goes up the baseline. Not enough on that one as it misses. Toronto shooting about 42% so far. Freak with it. He's picked up by Wall. Here's Freak, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on John Wall. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Washington.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Yeah, and the other thing also is tonight they've been able to get to the free throw line consistently and also convert big points from the charity stripe.
And both free throws good from Freak. And here's Wall. Plays it up and banks it in. Wall's got 21 in the game.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Now here's Freak, covered by Wall. Patterson, the screen. Here's Freak. It's stolen by Wall. And here we go. Washington fast break. Cannot hit. Nice D from DeRozan. Toronto trailing. Here's Freak. Connects from three-point range. Freak's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Raptors.
He totally lost his defender, broke his ankles, then knocks down the jumper.
That was just an amazing play. I mean, you talk about making him reach for thin air. Wow.
Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. It's stolen by Wall. Pass to Beal. Shoots from the elbow. Toronto grabs the miss. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Freak kicks to Ross. Here's Freak. Screened by Valanciunas. Here's Freak. The dish to Patterson. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And again, it's Toronto converting.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
Here's Wall. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Valanciunas with a screen on Beal. Now Freak. Valanciunas sets a screen for Freak. DeRozan, a good look. Beal pulls it in.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Here's Freak. Again, Toronto.
Well, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Wizards was getting across in their huddle. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them, and he told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Raptors.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
Patterson, the screen. That's good. 33 points for Freak.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly. from deep here in the second half.
And, Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Kicks to Ross. Pass to Freak. Screened by Valanciunas. 5 on the clock. Toronto needs to get off a shot, and it's good with time running down in the shot clock. And the Raptors lead by 8.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
.132 left to play in the final quarter. The rebound by Patterson.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance. As a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Freak kicks to Patterson. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. You know, even though he's bite-sized compared to the big man on the floor, he's done some really tall work on the board.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Toronto.
And the big difference here was accuracy behind the three-point line part.
Well, they started spraying them from deep, and then it spread out the defense, and they had all the looks they wanted.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Freak. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Here's Patterson. Valanciunas dishes to Patterson. And there's the feed to Freak. He kicks to Valanciunas. Now here's Freak. Screened by Valanciunas. Here's Freak. Misses. And so Toronto takes this one.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation. Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
He flat out dominated. I mean, you see the kind of plays he was making all over the court. This is the game, no matter who they put on him, he wasn't going to be denied. His offensive power was in full effect.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For